By whom also he made the ages. Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 2. God has in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he has appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the ages. This passage is cited to prove the pre-existence of Jesus, since God made the ages by him. It is argued that if the ages were made by Jesus, then he must be an eternal person within the Godhead. There is no case in this verse to be made for the claim that the Son was an eternal person within the Godhead. The Son is appointed heir. Verse 2. His position of power and authority is delegated and not a natural right or privilege. It is by inheritance, verse 4, that he has obtained a more excellent name, not by virtue of being, as is supposed, a co-eternal person within the Godhead. By whom, through whom, he made the ages of dispensation on the earth. The Greek word translated ages, aions, which means age, dispensation, indefinitely lasting time. Jesus Christ is the chief cornerstone of all ages, whether before the flood, the times of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, the ages of the law of Moses, the times of the Gentiles, or the millennium. The seed was promised to Eve, Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15, and Abraham looked forward to Jesus' day with the eye of faith, John chapter 8 and verse 56. Compare Galatians chapter 3 and verse 8. Even the sacrifices of animals under the law of Moses only had their effectiveness because they pointed to the sacrifice which would be offered once for all time. Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 4 and verse 10. The law was a schoolmaster to bring men to the anointed one. Galatians chapter 3 and verse 24. The ages were made or constituted through Jesus Christ, since it is in him that they have their meaning and ultimate realization. Although the Lord Jesus was the chief cornerstone, 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 6, in the divine purpose ordained before the foundation of the world, 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 20, he was not formed or manifest until these last times, 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 20. He has no personal existence until he was born of the Virgin Mary, Luke chapter 1 and verse 31 to 35. The reference to he made the ages is referring to the new creation, not the old creation. This is made clear in Hebrews chapter 2 and verse 5. It is not to angels that he has subjected the age to come, about which we are speaking. The writer to the Hebrews is referring to the age to come. Jesus is the creator of this new age to come. The redeemed are described as a new creation, and the Lord Jesus our creator. God, through Jesus the anointed one, will create new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwells righteousness.